implementing a plan to waive the substantial debts owed by financially struggling universities to the Kenya Revenue Authority. Speaking in Lemayan Hotel in Naivasha, the PS for Higher Education and Research, Dr. Beatrice Muganda, disclosed ongoing audits by outstanding bills totaling to over 75 billion Kenyan shillings, with intentions to settle them in the coming months. According to the Permanent Secretary for Higher Education and Research, Dr. Beatrice Muganda, under the new funding model, the government had increased budgetary allocation while working with KRA to waive some of the pending bills that amount to 75 billion Kenyan shillings.
Now we are in a good position because with the new funding model, the government almost doubled resources to universities. They got an additional 38 billion. So we are beginning from a good place, and this is expected to increase with time. Then the pending bills have been submitted to the pending bills committee, and
while speaking in Lemayan Hotel in Naivasha during a validation exercise for all chancellors and their deputies on the implementation of the CBC in the universities, Muganda said the Commission for the University Education had issued guidelines for the new curriculum before 2029, when students under the new system would report to the universities.
So far the Commission has prepared some guidelines that will help them plan towards implementing the milestones that are needed to be achieved before the 2029.
The CEO Commission for University Education, Professor Mike Kuria, noted that funding for universities was a global issue that would be resolved through grants and research, indicating that ahead of the introduction of the CBC to universities, they were working closely with donors seeking linkage with industries for further funding.
And universities are experiencing difficulties in funding. And so the question of alternative sources of income, which could be through mobilizing resources by research proposals and attracting grants from outside, which could also be in terms of the greater linkage with industry, and that's some of the discussion that we are having here.
On our part, the Vice Chancellor JKUAT Professor Victoria Wamboi termed the forum as critical in discussing the introduction of new CBC curriculum in universities before 2029, when the first lot of CBC reports to the universities.
There are many things we are doing, of course. As the PS has said, we are looking for collaborations with other countries, institutions in other countries. We are writing collaborative proposals for research so that we improve on our grants base.
John Matava, Look Up TV. The Senate Finance Committee